What are some common misconceptions addressed in mathematics instruction? Have you ever wondered why some students struggle with math despite their best efforts? One reason could be the misconceptions they hold about mathematical concepts. Let's talk about some of the common misunderstandings that can arise in mathematics instruction. First, many students see the equal sign as a cue to calculate rather than a symbol showing that two expressions are equal. This can lead to mistakes in algebra. They might think that when they see an equal sign, the answer is just waiting to be found, rather than understanding that it represents balance. Another common issue is with the order of operations, especially in division and multiplication. Some students believe that it does not matter what order they divide numbers in, confusing it with multiplication where the order can be switched. For instance, they might think that 12 divided by 4 is the same as 4 divided by 12, which is not true. Students also often think that multiplication always makes numbers larger. This misconception comes from their experience with whole numbers. When they multiply fractions or decimals less than 1, they can get a smaller result, like 3 times 0.4 equals 1.2. Then there is the idea that subtraction must always involve a larger number minus a smaller one. This can lead to confusion when they face problems that requiring regrouping or result in negative numbers. For example, in 300 for minus 17, some students might subtract without regrouping, leading to errors. When it comes to decimals, students sometimes think the decimal point itself moves when converting units or multiplying by powers of 10. In reality, it is the digits that shift in place value, which can lead to mistakes in calculations. Another misconception involves adding negative numbers. Some students treat this as simply subtracting the absolute values, which can lead to incorrect answers. For example, negative 8 plus 6 is sometimes mistakenly calculated as 2 instead of negative 2. Using number lines can help them visualize this better. Place value can also trip students up. They might think that 0.10 is greater than 0.2 because they focus on the digits. Teaching them that 0.2 is the same as 0.20 can clarify this misunderstanding. Lastly, students often overgeneralize rules they learn. They might assume that properties that work for whole numbers apply to fractions or negative numbers as well. This can lead to confusion when they encounter exceptions. To help students overcome these misconceptions, teachers can use visual aids like number lines and place value charts. It is also important to emphasize the meaning behind symbols, such as the equal sign, rather than just focusing on procedures. Spending time on foundational concepts, like the part-part-whole relationship, can also deepen their understanding of addition and subtraction. By identifying misconceptions early and encouraging students to explain their reasoning, teachers can turn errors into learning opportunities. Reinforcing place value understanding, especially with decimals, is essential too. Addressing these common misunderstandings can help students build a strong foundation in mathematics, paving the way for future success.